Hey, this is Bill back in the cave, and today I want to talk about probably an underutilized little hack for offensive line that can make your blocking scheme better. And that is having the offensive lineman use their eyes. You got to drill it, you got to prepare it, you got to explain it. So, what I'm talking about is the offensive line needs to look at the entire structure of a defense within the box at least. And I'm going to say the more advanced level, the higher level you are, they need, and even my guys, I wouldn't say we're the most advanced, highest level. We're a small school. I like my guys to look as deep as the safeties, 3 levels. They don't have to really pay attention to the corners. No, it doesn't hurt you if they do, but I like my guys look at the safety. I'll go into why and how it helps you. Okay, so I know if you're coaching youth league ball, then it's a struggle. I understand to even get them to understand the front level, what gap to have and what guy to have. So I probably would pass on this unless you got really advanced, really experienced kids at the youth level. This is more for high school. Even and now at high school, you should be at least looking at the second level. And if you're running something like half slide protection in passing, you need to, or else it's not half slide. So that's key. But I don't know if guys really do it during run games. So I like my guys to look at the line first, obviously. Look at the linebackers, and then find the safety. Now, the safety can tell you a lot because if the middle of the field is closed, single high safety, that tells you that there's a safety down or another linebacker. You might not be going into a standard over 4-3 front. You might be going into a 4-4 front. Something like this, okay? Which changes how you're going to block your buck sweep. We're going to look 4 keys on the buck sweep. Also, with your pass pro, there's a lot of concerns with this. So I always tell my guys to at least, we might not read the depth and leverage of the corners. That doesn't hurt, though, in the pass game. If you're at a more advanced level and pass a lot, your offensive line should at least understand whether or not you're in cover 2, cover 3, quarters, and the pass. And I'll go into how an offensive lineman should understand where the primary route for the pass scheme is going and how he can help you that way. So if we have our standard front here, and let's say we're safety down, we know we got an extra guy probably in the box, we need to find him. So if you're running buck sweep, I mean, this could change depending, no matter what the formation you're running offensively, this could change because the buck, you're going to have a box and a wrap, and this guy needs to find the force. He's got to understand he might have a crowded box over there in space. If the guy's over here, okay, you can understand he's going to be running downfield. And that'll change the leverage and where to look on his wrap. Now, on double teams, it helps. You need to be looking at the second level. Okay. On your standard, every offense has a double team that looks something like this. Looks really great on the mark board, but it changes. In the standard defense, this mic is 4 to 4.5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Okay. And we're going to climb with the tackle to shield him off if we're running the ball up in here. However, that guy's not always there. And if he's not looking ahead of time and anticipating where he's going to be, I tell my guys, pre-snap awareness equals post-snap preparedness. Okay, so what I'm talking about, if this guy walks up, if you're looking at the ground, this guy walks up, okay, this changes the double team. It no longer can go like that. Okay, he's kind of shielded. It probably changes what's going to go happen here. You got to understand that this guy is probably going to attack the A gap, or he's going to do a scrape exchange over to the B gap. So by being aware of where the mic's at, you can anticipate a changeup. So your heads are up. This is one of the reasons I don't really practice or drill or talk about putting 3 techniques, defensive lineman in the linebacker's lap. It sounds nice, but it works better for us. If you love that, You know, you do you. This is me. So whoever heads up, we're going to get movement. Once you have movement, now that 3 technique's going backwards. Okay, it takes a special kind of freak, and we'll account for that if that's if we ever run into that guy, to start going backwards, and with a guy on him to regain his momentum going back forwards again. So once you get movement backwards, his momentum's going backwards, all that weight, you can come off. The other guy stays on in a good fit. He's going to at least neutralize him. He's going to have a hard time even stopping if you have a good guard. So I like to get movement. Okay, and then we start looking for backer on movement. Which guy is for backer? Okay, if he's 4.5 pre-snap, the tackle's going to expect to see him coming over top. If he's down tight, okay, the guard's going to come off. The tackle's going to stay on this 3 technique block, and the guard's going to come off from the inside and wall him off right there. So understanding the structure of the defense and the linebacker's alignment changes the double team. Now, if the Mike steps up inside the heels of a defensive lineman, I tell my guys, I don't care what his number is. I don't care if his hand's on the ground or not. If he's inside the heels of a defensive lineman in the box, he's now a defensive lineman by our count. He can call himself whatever he wants. As far as that guard's concerned, he's a defensive lineman. If he's standing up at the line of scrimmage on a snap and we're running the ball, we need to win that too. We can't block a guy standing on 2 feet. He's probably not going to be in there very long. So he's going to, but this will change. He's down here inside. We're going to go both solos. Each guy down blocking. The guard, Mike, the tackle on the 3 technique. Of course, understanding open field close helps you in the pass game. If we're going slide or full protection, you understand what's he doing over here? What's his role? Is he out? Do we have a slot? Do we have a tight end? Is he up here in the line of scrimmage like a 9 technique, ready to rush? That changes things. That also changes on our buck sweep, on our student body, okay, and our pass pro. Is he coming or isn't he? So if you're doing half slide and where ball's going away, we're protecting the backside, so we're calling him the Mike. Now, what's he doing with this guy here? This kind of trip, are they sending the house? Are they sending him and he's dropping into protection? Okay, this, of course, we block this the same way. Inside zone step, we fit head inside and try to make this alley as small as possible. And that's one way you get to do that. You explain to these guys, hey, this Mike goes and you chase this 3 technique, you got a giant alley. Now we have 6-on-6 here, or 6-on-5 protection with half slide, so this running back steps up. But you don't want that running back dealing with that middle linebacker with him with room to move and full speed. We want to slow his momentum down, trying to squeeze down this alley, bump by the guard's hip as he fits inside and gives a running back an easier block. Okay, understand the primary where the ball's going to go based on the secondary. We have to understand that, okay, in high school particularly, we don't have prototype size positions. So this guy's usually shorter than this guy. So this guy has to understand that if I'm running mesh, the window is right over the tackle's head. Okay, so now he can afford to do a good kick slide and ride this guy deep in the pocket and open this window up. If we're doing a push, okay, he needs to understand he can't do a giant kick slide. He has to stay somewhat flat to allow himself to be out of the passing lane of the push from the running back. Okay, on a screen, okay, you're going into a screen. You want to know single high closed middle field. That means there's another player down here in space running a slow screen to this side, and that's one reason. Look, you're not blocking free safety. But that, to me, for an offensive lineman quickly, seeing closed middle field tells him a lot about where there's bodies in space. And the screen's one of them, you know. So, hey, I'm going to have another safety, another defensive back or a linebacker out here on the edge when we roll out. The tackles will slide out and when we release. These guys are going to know who to look for. So it helps you be in position. An offensive line should understand primary. And then be able to tell, hey, we're running a post route and they're running open middle of the field, 2 high safeties. We're going to split them safeties. This probably going to be a big play. Be ready. An offensive lineman shouldn't jack up his guy, balls away, stand there and watch him catch or not. We need to be getting downfield and running with the guy. Then, you know, obviously if it's a vertical go route, 50 yards downfield, you know, you got to get down there anyway. You're going to form another huddle if he's tackled. If he gets in the end zone, you got to do extra points. So no point standing there watching, okay? Once the ball is delivered downfield, work your way downfield. If you anticipate a completion or advantage, it gives you an edge, okay? Or helps you understand how much time that quarterback needs. They always need a lot of time, but, you know, hey, it's going to be a quick pass on an out, and I need to get down there and get the linebacker. We can free him up. Little things like that. If your guys aren't getting great double teams, like they're drilling good double teams, they're bird dogging good double teams, but all of a sudden come game, you're getting some A-gaps, leakage, and some plays getting blown up. You might want to look at, hey, maybe my guys need to understand that post-snap preparedness is in effect here. We need to understand the structure of the defense and change up and adjust the way we're blocking and account for numbers by reading the entire defense. Now, there's ways to do that. I like to have my guys come up line of scrimmage quick. Center gets his hand on the ball. Center's looking too, but his hand's on the ball. This forces the defense to declare itself. So that structure needs to present itself when that center's hands on the ball. If it's not, we snap the ball quick and we gash them up the middle. So they have to line up in their spots. Now the other guys take a look at the defense. I tell them you don't have to look at each guy. Oh, there's the 5 technique, 3 technique, 0 technique. No, you can use splatter vision where you stand there and you can see left and right. I can see both my thumbs. Okay, so on the defense, I can see both ends. I can see the linebackers. Now I need to see, okay, where's that guy, or the depth perception. You know, I can turn my head finally if there's a question or an extra guy and take a look exactly where he's at. But when you come on scrimmage, you should be able to see everything straight back to the safeties with just your head up without moving your head. Then you can tune things up with a quick peek and you're set. To have them help them do this, you know, the snap count helps. Have them come up to the line of scrimmage fast. Give them a ready call. Okay, they know they start looking. Center's hands on the ball. Okay. Shift, set, shift down, downshift, whatever. Couple more keywords so that, but I like my guys to stand up. So I like, ready. Okay, I'm ready. Shift. I get up. And that tells the guys, okay, I shift. If you do shift in your offense, that's a good time to shift. You say shift. So they're already in the motion up to make their movement. It also shields your backfield. So if their linebackers can't see what's going on pre and post snap, okay, it gives them a little bit of eye candy, a little bit of shielding. So they're up and then they're down. Also, it keeps the offensive lineman's eyes up to see changes. You just go out and go down. The offensive lineman's looking where he's going to put his hand in the ground. He's looking at the ground. So I like him to be up. He's looking up straight ahead of himself. He can see clear to the safeties. Okay, then he's down. His head's still up with his hands in the ground. But this forces them to view the defense when they shift and screens your offense and allows for movement of the offense while screening the defense. So, and I'll bird dog that. I'll move the safeties around when we do bird dogs. I'll have linebackers and I'll have a safety back there, and real quick, just line up. Where's the safety? Where's the other safety? So all my offensive linemen, they can describe every defensive front, odd, even, over, under, okay, so that they can communicate that to each other. They know where the linebackers are going to be an odd, even, stacked, and then they also understand what the implications of 1 safety in the middle, closed field, and 2 safeties at the minimum. So that helps them determine everything from their double teams to their buck sweeps to their pass protection. It's a little bit of edge. And when these guys go to college, if they understand the structure of defense, if they can see the same thing the quarterback sees when he lines up under center or he lines up behind the center, he's going to have an edge getting on the field quick. Therefore, it means you're a better offensive lineman than you would be. So that's a good key to help you tune up your offense, so to speak, and give yourself an edge. Like I said, it even applies to your passing game. Make sure your offensive lineman's out of the way. If they understand where the primary route's going, and the chances of it being the primary route by taking a quick look at the secondary. Um, I've been introduced myself as a coach with Elk County Catholic. I'm no longer with Elk County Catholic. I moved on to another school, which I'll talk about later. I did appreciate my time and had a lot of fun at Catholic. You know, it's the nature of coaching. It's been 9 years. It's time to move on and learn some new things with some new guys. So I'm no longer introduced myself as a Catholic coach, but really appreciated my time there. So hope this helps you. Hope it helps tune up your offense. If your double teams aren't quite working, it might be because the linebacker's not always where you need them exactly to be when you bird dog them. And these guys might understand their depth, angle, or who's coming off for that Mike linebacker if he's not being predictable. So hope that helps you. Hope you're ready for fishing season. It's coming up on April here. The spawn is on. So I may be on or off depending on how busy I am on the stream. So take care. Have a great spring. Catch up with you later. Thanks for watching.